Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Gregory Martin, aka the Super Producer, and we're back with another video. Now before we get into the video, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It keeps you notified whenever I post a new video, and it also helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, let's just jump right into today's video. And today we're reviewing the 6-part docuseries, Immigration Nation. In this docuseries, the filmmakers take us through the topic of immigration in this country. The immigration policy currently in place was ran on by the man currently occupying the Oval Office. And we see the effects of the policy put into place from various points of view via ICE as an organization, ICE officers, the people who've actually entered the states illegally, immigration lawyers, advocates, and most importantly, the families affected by the policies. To me, the subject matter is very nuanced. It's not a black or white thing. On one hand, the borders need to be protected, but on the other hand, the system that we use to allow people to enter this country is seriously flawed and creates these tough scenarios that are vigorously debated. Several things about this documentary stand out to me. I'm not gonna make a 30-minute video, so I'm just going to name a few that really touched a nerve with me. Now, if ICE somehow gets abolished by another administration and these agents end up losing their jobs because of it, I would not shed one fucking tear. Maybe it was only the subjects of this documentary, but my God, they lack some serious empathy in that organization. I didn't see one bit of empathy from anybody. Like, there were hints of it, you know, there's people who tried to rationale, you know, the side of the immigrant, but for the most part, it was this very bullshit, oh, I'm just doing my job, type of bullshit that they were spewing. And I just felt that was very ingenuous and just a cop-out. Now, I was in the military and I understand following orders and even having to follow some orders that you don't agree with, but it seemed like 90% of the ICE officers who were highlighted in this documentary, they were very indiscriminate and didn't care if they broke up families. Like, it seemed like some of them really got off on it, enjoyed it, and used the company model to justify it, which was very effed up to me. I really didn't like that. I just really hated the way that they treated, you know, human beings at the end of the day. I just feel like there's a lot lacking in that organization, and if they end up being defunded or whatever, they will not get any tears from me. They will not get any support from me. That's just my take, unless they clean up their act. Secondly, I had no idea that veterans were being deported from this country. Like, I don't understand how you can deport someone who served in the armed forces. Like, that just makes no sense to me. And I find it strange that the law was passed by the Clinton administration. I find that very interesting that Bill Clinton was a part of this act that allows these veterans to be deported. You know, looking back at history, Bill Clinton's record isn't as shiny as we, you know, may view him. And this is not even touching the whole, you know, impeachment and Monica Lewinsky scandal. His record is looking very shaky in the light, as the kids say nowadays. Like, it really broke my heart watching this documentary and seeing this Marine Corps veteran, and not just a Marine Corps veteran, there's other veterans, older veterans than the guy highlighted in this documentary, deal with this issue to the point where he even risked his own freedom to re-enter the country illegally, just to have a meeting with a governor to hopefully pardon him and overturn this law that has affected him and thousands other veterans. Like, it was very sad, and I was hoping to see some closure in this documentary, but, you know, who knows. But I'm definitely going to check up on it for my own sake, just to see if something's being done about this, because I just felt really bad to see veterans having to deal with that type of stuff, you know. And lastly, the major thing that I took away from this documentary, don't ever say to me people trying to enter this country have to do it the right way. Because fam, what does that even mean? Like, that is such a vague statement. It's a cop-out. There are many cases, not just in the documentary, even in real life, where people are trying to seek asylum and are turned away at the border, at the port of entry, when that is the right way to enter this country is through various mechanisms, and the mechanisms that are there are being misused or being twisted for political points, with the base of keeping them out. That's what that screamed to me watching the last couple episodes of the documentary, was just the way that the asylum process is so broken. They had one woman who was seeking asylum because she feared for her life because she protected her granddaughter, that she fled to the States, and they kept her in a prison for almost a year and a half, and then denied her asylum request. And then she wasn't even allowed to speak to her lawyer, and they shipped her out in the middle of the night without his knowledge. I mean, I'm hoping she's still alive, but like, she was already old and frail, and you're sending this old woman back to possibly be killed. Like, there's just no empathy across the board. It's just, people doing their job, and there's just a lot. There's just a lot wrong with our immigration system, and this documentary did a great job of highlighting it from various different agencies. It told both sides of the story, and it really presented the information in a way that was not necessarily partisan. It was really just laid out there, and for us as the consumer to digest it and really come up with our own opinion about it, whether you're on the law enforcement side or if you're on the immigrant side. The only thing I have to say for those people trying to enter the country, whether illegally or legally, the right way, just stay vigilant and don't give up. It's tough. I've never experienced, I don't have to experience it, but I feel for you. And like I said, just stay vigilant, and hopefully everything will work out. This documentary was really good. It was definitely one of the better ones this year, and there've been a lot of great ones that come out. I like the way that the episodes are put together. Each episode is about a different aspect of immigration. And like I said earlier, it leaves it up to you, the viewer, to really make up your own decision on how you feel about it. It just lays out the information. It lays out both sides of the coin. It lays out the law enforcement side. It lays out the policy. It lays out ICE's perspective. It lays out the immigrants' perspective. It is very thorough, and I really appreciate the filmmakers doing it like that, because many times filmmakers have a bias, and for me, it wasn't perceived whether or not they supported or don't support immigration. We need more empathy. That's really what it comes down to, in my point of view. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.